We may have just got a teaser for a potential WrestleMania match on this show. Let's talk about what happened on NXT. First off, we start off with Obafemi celebrating his NXT championship win and says that he always believed that this was his destiny. We see the Don come out, Tony D'Angelo, to tell Oba that he's very proud of what he's accomplished, but there is only one guy that can beat Obafemi, and Tony's proven it. So Tony wants to be double belt Don. I think Tony two belts works a little bit better, but it's right. And then he is interrupted by Ridge Holland. They get into it. Oba tried to tell Tony that he needs to focus on the North American Championship, but Oba should have been focused on what was happening behind him as Eddie Thorpe comes out to attack Obafemi. We get the #1 contendership match between Stephanie Vaquer and Shotzi. They did make it very important that no matter what happened here, Stephanie still has #1 contendership match. And it kind of makes sense after what happens in this match. We get JC Jane getting involved. She gets headbutted by both Stephanie and Shotzi. But because Fallon ends up hitting Stephanie, Shotzi would end up getting the win. We'd see Kalani and Corey get into it, resulting in Kalani smacking Corey, and they'd have a match later on tonight. Obafemi is pissed and wants a match against Eddie Thorpe. Ava says no, and Mr. Stone tries to talk to Oba. It doesn't go well for Mr. Stone. Ethan Page has a match against Dante Chen, immediately starts attacking him and puts his leg under the steel steps, kicks the steps, kind of breaking Dante Chen's leg. We would see Javon come out to save Dante, and Javon would get hit in the mouth again, bleeding from that wired jaw. Dion Lennox says that he's going to be NXT champion one day. We have Shawn Spears trying to recruit Adriana Rizzo. Izzy Dame tells Shawn Spears to get away from Rizzo. And we see Ashanti give Carmen a rose, and they are official. We have DIY that say that they are going to be watching the tag match tonight, keeping their eyes on Fraxium. We see the Meta Girls defeating Unholy Union, and Lexus King is celebrating his Heritage Cup win. Charlie is being humble about the loss, and Rin is trying to tell Charlie that he got hit in the nuts on purpose and that there needs to be a rematch. Before Ava can make any decision, she has to go to the parking lot where Ridge Holland and Tony D'Angelo are fighting. We see Masha Slamovich in attendance as Kalani takes on Cora. Cora would end up getting the victory on Kalani, and we would get to the tag title match where Nathan Frazier and Axiom would end up defeating OTM. It was interesting. Before this match, Briggs and Amuro wanted a title match. They got into it with OTM. It's very interesting to see what will happen there next. And lastly, we have Roxanne Perez coming out to address her future, and she comes out as a babyface promo, talking about how proud she was of that title reign, that it uplifted the division, and she wanted to give the fans something to be proud of, and then immediately turns on the fans, saying that this is what they wanted, and that the division will never be the same again. She is interrupted by Bayley. Match I called for WrestleMania. Bayley versus Roxanne makes so much sense. Bayley tries to give Roxanne advice. Roxanne doesn't want it. Bayley says that the difference between her and Roxanne is Roxanne will be stuck here while she will be going on to WrestleMania. The feed cuts. As you can see on Twitter, Roxanne slapped Bayley and they begin to brawl to end the show.